By the way, if you see Seth turning around, this is the reason why.
Our dog needs, who has OCD? Yeah, we need to talk to Dr. Bailey.
Yeah,
she has OCD and she bites her nails like obsessively, so I'm always trying to stop her. So that's why I keep turning around.
Yeah, so if Seth turns around, or if I turn around, or by the way, if we get up, and everyone's made fun of us, but she has a little bit of a weight problem. This is a medical issue here, so we give her broccoli.
Yeah, when she really starts acting out, we give her broccoli.
So if you see me getting up, it's not, I'm not rude. I'm just like literally trying to get broccoli for our dog. As crazy as that sounds, that's what we have found. That's the healthy choice. Yeah. All right, let's bring on Chandra Wilson as she's laughing up. Let's bring her on first. Chandra Wilson.
Dr. Bailey.
Hi, Dr. Bailey.
You all entertain the mess out of me. Let me tell you. I think maybe Miranda Bailey needs to try this broccoli thing that you were just talking about. I haven't done that yet in any of my storylines.
They need to put it in a ball for you and then throw it, and then you'll chase it.
Oh my God.
It'll keep you active.
Good.
All right, let's bring on Kelly McCreary. Hi, Kelly.
Hey.
Hi. Oh my God, you guys, I can't hear anything.
We'll help you.
All right, you know what? We're going to take
everything until you brought me on. Like right when Kim started talking, I was like, no sound, barely any movement. So I'm going to reload the page. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you'll be right back. Yeah, she knows what to do.
Oh my gosh, this is like a French farce.
Right, without the comedy.
Well, we're waiting for Kelly. Let's bring on Anthony Hill.
Hey.
Kelly works here.
Okay, Kelly's coming back.
Kelly, can you hear him?
You there now?
That was typical, classic McCreary. Totally. The moment I'm supposed to be on camera.
Yay. Anthony, is this your publicity debut with the Grays folks?
With all you guys, yeah. I mean, me and Kelly did some stuff, but for everybody else, this is it.
Yeah. First group outing. Welcome.
Anthony, have you filmed more episodes like in the pandemic than before the pandemic?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I only did one before the pandemic, and that was like November of 2019. It was a standalone. Yeah. So it was a long time ago. And then everything shut down. And then everything else has been since then.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, we're constantly binging your episodes. When was the last time you guys all saw each other? Because we feel like we just saw you a minute ago.
It was well right before we broke for the holidays. What was it?
November, yeah.
That was the last time we saw each other in person. Although we did just have a cast Zoom today. So this, hi guys, nice to meet you.
Back again.
But
I never can see anybody on the calls. It's weird because there's so many boxes that I can't tell who. I just can't.
Yeah, weirdly, this setting is more intimate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
Jim, how is it to work on this show from the very beginning?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It obviously it's been a game changer. To most actors will go their whole careers and never experience what I experienced here working on this show. You know, I was a working actor in New York for many years. I had a great career and then decided to come out to LA and the career continued that way. But at 50 years of age, I got this show when, around that time, actors are starting to kind of see the horizon of their careers, for lack of a better term. But this came along and it changed my life. It's been an amazing ride. Worked with some amazing people. Obviously, the show speaks for itself in terms of what it's done, both culturally and in terms of how we see the landscape of television. And to be right there at the kind of the birth of this and then how it's changed, it changed the way we look at casting, how we look at inclusion. I think to be a part of that, I've been really humbled and very proud of it. It's been a blast. Every day I go to work thankful and grateful that I can do this. And it's always exciting. I've never been bored. Say, I'm about ready to do something else. It's been really cool.
Well,
that's so amazing to me that people watch us that way. It's just the craziest evolution that we've made over, you know, all these years. I can't imagine watching a show over and over again, and people do it. And I mean, we've found new audiences right here in the doggone pandemic where people hadn't seen it before and just decided to start. It's an amazing little monster that we have. I tell you that.
Yeah. It's like comfort food.
Yes.
It is.
Yes. That's a good way to put it.
Very much so.
Well, except for when they're horrific deaths of your favorite characters, then it's not so comforting. But
That's what I'm saying, but they come alive again because people start over from the beginning. I'm going to show these nails a lot, by the way.
I was looking at those the other day. I was looking, got a little swag going on here. I say, look at
I was
you.
going to text you, but I didn't want to distract you, and I was like, wow, they're gorgeous.
People start over and over again so much. It's like they're finding all of our dead characters, you know.
She's like talking like this over and over.
And they all show up.
Cool.
Say they all show up on the beach eventually with Ellen Pompeo, so it kind of works out.
Yes.
Exactly.
How great has that been?
How
Another
great
genius
is that?
move by
Oh my
Chris.
God.
And I love I love that whole LL Bean Gap catalog look they all have, like the white. It's so cute.
It was very, yeah,
We didn't know Heaven had a
they were talking
uniform.
about color schemes for that, and I think that's where they were at LL Bean. It was a pastel kind of, you know. I was like, okay.
Works.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Here, the next question. Let's see. It's actually Kevin or Kim. You can answer because, of course, there were questions about your relationship. But should we play the clip first? Maybe we should.
Yeah. This is a little
Set it up with the clip first. Set it up with the clip.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see what the clip.
Cover your eyes, Kim. It's not pleasant.
Schmidt.
Oh my God.
Schmidt played this for me in the OR on what was supposed to be our wedding day. So much for love. So much for friendship. So much for trust.
Owen,
So much for us.
Owen, let me.
No.
Oh my God. Wait, Owen. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Kim.
I know she is really messing up right now. I agree, but we're human. And
Yes,
that's
we are.
what Shonda has always like shown our dark side, and hopefully we will show her healing.
Right. I'm trying to understand her, really. Like, I think that's what's really exciting about watching it unfold, is really trying to, like, you know, peel back the onion layers of these characters. I think that's why people watch it 8 times over, you know, because there's a lot there, and we take the time. Fortunately, we've had 17 seasons to do it. It takes time to really get to know these people.
I mean, let me just tell you, at the table read, when I came up, I was like, can I get under the table? And I had to make those noises over and over. And then when we were doing that scene again, when we came back, you know, they play things back like on playback. Like if you're doing a music video, they've got speakers everywhere and they play it at like 100, the highest decibel, right? And so we're about to do this scene and they do playback and they didn't gauge the sound. And it was like at 500 of me or Teddy having that moment. And I was like, no more.
That's funny.
Dude, that's hilarious.
It's my ringtone.
It's a ringtone.
With that in mind, here's the
Kevin, do you have
question.
anything to say?
Well, Kevin, you get the question. You get the question from Sarah. Do you think that there's still some hope for Teddy and Owen's relationship?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, listen, Teddy and Owen have been through so much, and listen, Owen has not been a saint. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Over the years. You know, let's look at his track record for a minute. So, you know, like people in glass houses, you know. But yeah, Owen's really hurt, and you know, and like I think they're gonna be fine. I think they're gonna be just. I mean, there's gonna be some healing going on, and there's gonna be some conversation. But I think Teddy and Owen have been through They went through war together. They can get through this. I hope, but who knows? You know.
I think the interesting thing is, for me, what's exciting about it is I think, the sort of quintessential Greys of showing the complexity of human beings. And I think the magic of this show is it's not like these perfect people that are doing perfect things all the time. It's that we are flawed. I mean, for me, it's that we're flawed. And she's really stepped into a really bad cycle in her life. And what's kind of going to be so amazing is how she reaches out to the other people in the hospital for her healing. And it's actually, I think, just such an incredible move by the writers and Krista. And it's so controversial, and I know the fans are so upset about it. And I'm upset about it too. I am, but I think that's also, is like what Kelly said, is peeling back the onion of why we are who we are, and how do we make better choices and be better.
I hope she doesn't come to Bailey and ask her anything.
Oh, she will.
I would like to see that.
I don't know about that.
But listen, Chandra, I remember when Owen cheated all those years ago, and Owen and Bailey had a scene together when Owen's in his pit of despair and shame. And the quote that Chandra said to him was, she said, what did she say? She said, even though you did a terrible thing, you're not a terrible person. That's what Bailey said to Owen.
She said a whole bunch of other stuff, and then she ended.
I just rewatched that scene the other day. Like, Owen was like, I cheated on Christina. Oh my God. Yeah. And that's what Bailey, I keep saying Chandra because Bailey and Chandra to me are the two wisest people on the set.
So Kelly, you're up next. So this is a question from Barbara. How do you feel being a Black woman watching the latest episodes of Grey's Anatomy and seeing how they're dealing with racism on the show and exploring more of the relationships between Black people? That's from Barbara.
Barbara, thank you for your question. I have to say I feel really good about it because I asked for it. I did talk to the writers. We were all asked about story ideas that we had for the season. I knew that we were going to be talking, living in a COVID world for this season. And I felt very strongly that we couldn't talk about that pandemic without talking about the other pandemic of racism in this country. And the hospital is such an incredible place to explore it because you've got all these high stakes life and death situations coming in every day. Every moment of every day in a hospital. And whether we like it or not, race impacts how these people are cared for in the hospital for the better and for the worse. And so as long as we were going to be topical and not be completely escapist this season, I am all for us actually, embracing, wrapping these characters, wrapping our hearts, wrapping our minds around some of the issues and also some of the joys and some of the, I love the sisterhood and camaraderie that Maggie and Bailey get to share because of this, because of this shared thing. They're not very similar, but they have this one thing in common that really is it creates a space for a bond. And so I love that we're leaning into all of that in a really direct way this season, I have to say. And I've seen a lot from the fans that they're excited to be engaging with these characters. I think that Maggie and Bailey and all of the Adele, all of the Black women characters we've had on the show, all the characters of color on the show, people are thrilled to see themselves represented through these storylines, to be able to feel even closer to these characters. And so I think that, leaning into this experience it does the same thing for the people in our audience who need that kind of release and need the opportunity to say, yes, that's exactly my story. It's one thing that we haven't done a lot of on the show in the past, and so I'm glad we're giving those audience members a chance to have that.
Well, in this part of the season that just ended, this first 6 episodes, they're pre-George Floyd too. So I can only imagine what it will be afterward. I don't know. Do you know, or are you allowed to say if the rest of the season is going to be going past into the fall?
I honestly,
we have
you take it away, Chandra.
Chandra.
Never know, but it's kind of what you said pre-George Floyd. I was one of the people that was hoping that by the time these episodes aired, we would be talking about something in the past. And it seems like with every episode, it's more relevant and more present and more, you know, and we were pre-vaccine as well when we ended, you know, so it's boy, everything right now is so incredibly fluid. I know we try to pay close attention. We're really not trying to hit anybody over the head with anything. We're just showing what's there. And there is no way that we could be a show that lives in Seattle, Washington at the beginning of the pandemic and not be affected by the pandemic.
Right.
So Gray's had to go there. That's where we had to be.
Kelly, regarding that the question, I love this clip. It's with you and Anthony. It's just a little clip of the scene when you're on the phone. Here we go.
Guys, good to see you. What's wrong?
I don't know how much longer I can do this. 53 people. That's how many have died on my watch since this thing started, 53. And most of them have been Black women, so that means...
The same thing's happening here. Everywhere.
Wow.
Ooh, that's heavy.
You're part of the relevance there, Anthony Hill.
Man, it's so important. That was so well said, Kelly. Like, it is crucial right now, and it's so relevant. And I'm happy and I'm honored to be a part of it, to be completely honest.
Who breaks character the most? Just a fun little...
Out of all of you,
breaks character the most?
Like laughs or...
Yeah, admit it. You're not also serious on the set. Go.
Who breaks character the most? Wow, that's a good question. Wow,
I don't know if I break character, but I can't remember my lines, and I will look at the camera and go, "Oh, we're going to."
I don't know.
If I get really tired, I can go into like a lot. I start getting the giggles, and I can. I mean, like when Henry was sort of on the verge of dying, it was like a Friday night, and like the crew really wants to go home, and it was like with a straw, and I'm passing the straw. And it's almost like an exhaustion relief, but I can get the gig. We can all get the giggles pretty good.
Oh yeah.
We'll put it on you, Cam,
lose
for
it a
now.
few times, Cam.
Oh my God!
We've had quite a lot of scenes where the two of us just set each other off, and then that's it. Like, you know, and then the crew are all like, "Come on, guys, can you just get it together?"
And the more they want you to like pull it together, it's like the more it's almost like you can't. Then you're like doing a scene, and you like can't look at the other. I remember we were also chasing someone in the hallway. We're trying to find someone in the hallway, a patient who had disappeared. It was me, Katarina, and you. And like we couldn't.
It was
We're talkers. Like we talk between, especially now because we never get to say anything to each other. You know, we're kind of moving around,
isolated.
We'll get into a real good conversation, and the bell will go off, and the thing will clap, and we're still together. And action. And so, and then
it's so true.
Debbie Allen will get us disconnected. Like we're too like. Okay, so then what happened? How'd your kid do? And she's like, okay.
Hey, time to work now. Time to work now.
You're sad. You're sad.
Well, believe it or not, we're coming to the end of our section.
Oh no!
I know, but
too quick. It's over too quick.
I know it went over it, but you know what? Before we go, Jim, the clip is it the speech that you give to the interns was so moving. It's so well written, directed, and acted.
When you decided to go to med school, you had dreams of a career. I know this isn't it. It's not mine either. I want to be in an OR. I want to be cutting. I want to hold my patient's hand, skin to skin. I want to meet their loved ones. I want to be in the before. But the before is gone. We're in the now, and people are looking to us to guide them through it. We will. I'll teach you the jobs that need to get done. I will make sure that you learn as much as you can. And we'll be okay. We'll get through this together.
Makes me cry. It's so good. It's what we all need to hear right now.
Yeah. Yes. It was so apropos, and it's kind of a fast forward from our pilot when he addresses the interns for the first time there, and I think in reading it and saying how I wanted to do it, I want to do it in a way that wasn't sentimental, but spoke to the moment and spoke to where we are right now in the Grays world, but also in the world outside of Grays. And I was happy to be a part of that. There was a powerful way to introduce this next move that we're about to go into.
And Seth, you had a question.
I directed that episode.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Kevin directed
that episode. And I remember seeing Jim deliver that speech, and I was like, whoa. Like, I just thought Jim delivered it so beautifully. And then,
wait a minute, Kevin, you directed it? I didn't know.
Yeah, he directed
that
that.
scene with Kelly. That was the same episode I directed.
I wasn't trying to kiss up either. I really liked it. It was really well directed. It was great.
He left.
We lost him.
He was overcome with
Well, it's that very British thing where you don't want to take any compliments. You're like, I can't handle it.
It's so immediate. But Seth, I had a question for Jim though about the interns.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, I mean, are these interns gonna be the next? Like, are we gonna see them for the next 17 years? What's the deal?
Well, we don't know yet. You never know with our show, but we have them right now, and we'll see how it turns out. But they're wonderful actors and actresses, and we're looking forward to working with them some more.
Well,
our cycle continues.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well.